we have to make a choice. I mean, we do have freedom. We do have choices available. We do have choices and the ability to say, okay, here's option A, option B, option C, option D, option E. None of it has been foreordained. None of it has been foreordained. You have these options right in front of you to examine and consider and reach your own decision. Which one is it going to be? And the question, we do have the option of how we react, how we present ourselves, how we react. For instance, The Amazing Atheist. I watched a few of his videos, and so now more of them are presented to me in my recommended list. And his choice is to rant, basically to rant and get worked up, and isn't this stupid, isn't that stupid? And I could do that, I guess. On the other hand, do I want to do that? I mean, if I don't do that, it's not because I can't do that. It's because I made a conscious decision that it's not going to help me to do that. That I'm not going to get anywhere by ranting and raving. And I know this from experience. I've ranted and I've raved, and it's never gotten me anywhere. And so you say, well, okay, maybe the alternative I have is to be soft-spoken, mild-mannered. Just try to sound calm as possible. In fact, that's what I end up doing in my life. My whole life is dominated by the constant daily need to stay calm. Recognizing that I must stay calm, even though inside, as I look around at the world I live in, I have every reason not to be calm at all. And it's precisely because I do feel this, that it's overwhelming. I have this overwhelming feeling that it's almost impossible to stay calm, is what makes it my primary goal to in fact do that. And then people hear me being calm and presume, oh, well, you don't care about anything. Oh, well, you seem to be too satisfied with your life and you're not upset about anything. And that's so completely opposite. I'm so completely upset by the whole fucking bullshit world I live in that it's my major effort to try to do everything I can not to let it bust me up, so that I can do everything I can. This becomes my goal, to be able to keep my serenity in order to keep my sanity, and to do it without chemicals, to do it without some drug, some pill. Because if I'm taking some pill other than an aspirin, I'll succumb to that. If I've got a headache, I will take an aspirin, and I will keep taking aspirins if the headache's not going away. But if my serenity is accomplished by taking some other kind of pill, then how do I know? How do I know how much of it is me and how much of it is the pill? How do I know that if I stop taking the pill, that I'll lose my serenity? Well, I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows this. A lot of the pills are just simply placebo, and they're actually doing nothing for you. And you're doing it all for yourself anyhow. But as long as you're taking the pill, you can never be 100% sure that it's coming from you and not from the pills. The only way I can know that it's me that's accomplished it is if I'm not taking the pills. If I'm not taking the pills and I manage to accomplish some degree, whatever I accomplish without the pills, at least I know it's mine. At least I know it's my own accomplishment, and that I can feel some sense of security with myself, that okay, I know that I am capable of doing this. And if you have to have a fucking magic feather, if you have to have a fucking placebo pill to bring out your own inner resources, that's what placebos do. They bring out your own inner abilities and your capacities, inner resources, that you have the capacity to do this or to do that. You have the capacity to heal yourself, but if you don't believe you have the capacity, believing that you have the capacity is the crucial aspect of having that capacity. On anything that's for instance psychosomatic. Anything that is psychosomatic, it's created. That means it's created by your own mind. It's a physical symptom that's created by your own mind, and since it's created by your own mind, it can be fixed by your own mind. If your illness is created by your own mind, if your illness is a product of your own mind, then your own mind can stop producing it. Your own mind can heal what your own mind is responsible for creating in the first place. But only if you believe it. If you don't believe that your mind is capable of healing yourself, if you don't believe that your mind was capable of creating the problem in the first place, then even though your mind did create the problem in the first place, as long as you're not willing to accept that as a fact, then you will not be able to accept the fact that your mind can undo the damage. So then you need your mind can still fix the situation, but only if you've got a placebo where because you believe that your mind didn't create the situation. So then, because you believe your mind did not create the situation, then you believe your mind cannot fix the situation. So then you need the placebo to fool your mind into thinking that it's something from outside that's fixing you, when in fact all along it is in fact your mind fixing the problem that your mind created in the first place. And that's how placebos work. But if you start to recognize and accept the fact that your mind does have the capacity to be creating problems in the first place, and that therefore your mind does have the capacity to be fixing the problems which it created in the first place, then you start not to need the placebo. Then you start being able to believe in your mind's own ability to fix itself, or to fix whatever problems, physical problems it's created, or psychological problems that it's created, and then you don't need the placebo. And then you're much more secure, because you know that you can fix whatever the problem is. And you know it really is you fixing it, not somebody else, not something that you're ingesting that you couldn't accomplish without this magical pill. Then you know you really have that power and ability over your life, and then you can have a greater sense of security and confidence. But you have to be willing to recognize that. And as long as you're taking the placebo, you can never fully be sure. The only way to fully be sure that when you cure yourself, that it was you, is if you're doing it straight without any outside materials coming in. So there, I'm going to stop. 10 minutes is enough. If I go beyond 10 minutes, the audio stops recording, and I lose all the garbage I was rambling about. And it's not like losing all the garbage is that important. It's just that it's unrepeatable. That even if I start over, try to go over the same topic, it's not going to come out the same way, and there are going to be things that I said that I totally will never be able to reproduce. So just capture it on the spur of the moment as it comes out. Stream of consciousness, because that's irreplaceable.